Travelling to another country. New sights and sounds. Fresh experience ahead. No frontier to cross. No language to learn. They are travelling to a country within a country. It is called the North. It is the north of England. Cumbria, Northumberland, Durham, Yorkshire, Cleveland, Tyne and Wear. Separate counties, but all of a piece. Together, as distinct from the rest of England to the south, as from Scotland farther north. So now to range ahead of the travellers, to see something of what awaits them. It is familiar, yet different. Experience heightened by clear light and fresh air. A vigour to lift the spirit. The coast of Cumbria, the western approaches to the north, washed by Atlantic water. All is not white. Salt water, fresh water, washed water. The winds of the sea blow among mountains. Great Gable, Helvellyn and Scawfell Pike. Old, wild country. We call it cosily the Lake District, but it is barely tamed. Wordsworth's country, where the poet wrote, "This is a temple built by God's own hand. Mountains its walls, its gorgeous roof the sky, where uncontrolled the exalted soul partakes her natural and high communion." The light that Turner painted. Rewards for the eye and mind. This piece was once ferocity. Sizer Castle near Kendal is now a serene old house, dreaming amongst meadows and gardens. Once it was a fortress, a peel tower, built to fight off the invading Scots. This gentle garden was the killing ground. Where have all the soldiers gone? Grasmere Sports in August. Here John Peel followed the hounds. Here they still race to the summits. Up at the 900 feet of Butter Crag in B. Number 31, Fred Reeves, is the champion with 5 victories in the fell race. Trial by combat. Cumberland wrestling once kept the fighting men strong. Now it's a rough sport. It still makes young men strong. Here the victor is Mr. Brocklebank, aged 14. Old customs, older country. Great stones, old even amongst rocks, set up by forgotten men of the Bronze Age. It was a calendar, they say, to measure the seasons and follow the movements of the stars. We call this place of ancient wonder in the Keswick countryside the Castle Rig Stone Circle. Travelling northeast into Northumberland, to the border country, In the long wars of Scotland, this was the old front line. Silent battlefields, Flodden and Otterburn. The hills now belong to the shepherd and his solitude and his flock. Black-faced Cheviots, Hexham Leicesters, Border Leicesters and his company. And perhaps the carving of shepherd's crooks from ram's horns, his entertainment. This is the Tweed country, woven wool and a river that breeds the lordly salmon. To the eastern shores of the north, and to the North Sea for the salmon's lowly rival. But who dare claim that the herring cannot hold its fishy head as high, that the kipper is not the equal of smoked salmon? At Craster, anyway, the answer is clear, for this is Kipper Town. With confidence, the herring hang on tenterhooks. Why ever was that practicality linked with apprehension? Their day of fulfillment is passed in an incense cloud of smoke from the chippings of English oak. This, the Northumberland shore, was the beachhead for conquerors and Christians, who were the last conquerors. The great sea castles of England, Dunstanburgh, ruined in the Wars of the Roses. This is Bamborough, first built by a fierce Saxon king. Legends hang about its walls like sea spray. Lindisfarne, grim but romantically restored by Edwin Lutyens, the great Edwardian architect. Lindisfarne and Holy Island, two names for one place, the sword and the cross. For all its haughty looks, the castle achieved less than the ruined priory. First built by the missionary St. Aidan in the 7th century after Christ, it was, with Canterbury, the cradle of Christianity in England. A place to rest on the road to Rome, that is now the Pennine Way. Winds still, like breaking surf in stone, once washed the high tide of imperial Rome. It left at its mark the wall of the Emperor Hadrian, standing firm from coast to coast. When the tides ebbed, it passed this way, through County Durham and into Yorkshire. The rocky bones of these great hills are as strong as those of Cumbria and Northumberland. The scenery is fine. From Goredale Scar, the little Goredale Beck erupts in splendour. But the Dales of York, south again, to a noble city, York, Like the countryside, it is a place of contrast, the intimate and the grand. Medieval shopping streets like the Shambles, busy as ever. The splendid mansions of the past, such as the Treasurer's House. This was built in the 17th century, upon the foundations of the Roman garrison headquarters, guarding the road to the war and to Rome. A great cathedral of the north, York Minster, the mother church of the northern province of the Church of England, the most massive Gothic church in the country. In wealth of style and history, a worthy partner to Westminster Abbey. Linking London and Edinburgh with York, now only a day's outing from either, the high-speed train passes its own ancestors in the National Railway Museum. As lovingly cared for as the porcelain at Wallington, puffing billies to Pullman cars. Not all the ancestors are in retirement. Number 5 locomotive of the North York Moors Railway is on its scheduled run through Goathland to Pickering and back again. The stopping train to all your yesterdays. Travellers are arriving. It is summer, but they come in spring and autumn too. Navigation has been simple, hardships none. They are still on the same map as home.